woke up this morning from the strangest dream. I was in the biggest army the world had ever seen. We were marching as one on the road to the Holy Grail. Hi, welcome back to another one chart lesson. Hunters and Collectors, or as they are known over here, Hunters, have this fantastic song that they are very famous for here called Holy Grail. It's a brilliant song. It's like a 4-chord song. It's super easy. Even though there are bar chords involved, I'm going to show you how to play this a really easy way. They're not your typical bar chords and they sound great. They're actually the way that I use it when I play this song live. Download your chart, let's get started. It's open E, open A, which we can also use an A sus2 for, and I'll explain that as we go. Then a C sharp minor, and we can use a different version of this C sharp minor bar chord which works really well and is easier to play. And the same goes for the B major chord. We can use an easier version of that as well. That is pretty much your entire song. The introduction is a great little tagline, and you can play it on guitar like this using the open E string, or you can go play the strings up there on the B string. I kind of prefer to do that, no particular reason, but either way is good. And then, or if you like, right, so you can go, or there's just something about picking those open strings that feels a little bit bland, and with a fretted note you can actually get a little bit more expression into it and a little bit more vibrato, but that's a fine point and you can do it any way you want. After that intro there's a bar of drums, and then we launch into the chords, and the chords come in this 4-chord pattern which is what it kind of reverts back to throughout the song. E, A, C sharp minor, B. I'll show you the rhythm in a minute, but when we do the E normal, when we do the A normal, or A sus2, that also works. When you come up to the C sharp minor, you can leave this top E string open, which means that all your bar finger is doing is the root note here on the 4th fret of the A string, which makes that chord really nice and gives it this open E string ringing out, doubled by this note on the B string, because it's the same thing. And then as you come down to the B, you can do the same thing and you can leave the B string open as well. So again, your bar finger is only doing the note on the A string, 2nd fret, and it just gives these chords, those 2 chords, some really nice ringing tone, which happens to sound really good when you're playing this song solo on an acoustic guitar. That's why I use the A sus2 instead of the A sometimes, because it keeps those open strings ringing through the C sharp minor, the B, and the A sus2. When we launch into the verse, we miss out that A chord in the first bar. So it's E for a whole bar. Woke up this morning from the strangest dream. C sharp minor down to B, with those open strings, without them, whichever you like. I was in the biggest army the world had ever seen. We were marching as one on the road to the Holy Grail. Does that 2-bar pattern 3 times. Then on the 3rd time it adds the A chord back in. Now that little riff, that rhythm for that riff I should say, right? Down, 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 down. So it's all about getting those in-between notes muted, kind of ghost strums if you like, or percussive strums. with it, and it doesn't really matter if you get that exact strumming pattern every time, just as long as you keep that general rhythm going. That's your verse. Runs into another verse, so like the first two verses kind of run into each other. Then we move into the chorus. Now the chorus starts on the A. Well, have you heard, or A sus2 if you like. Well, have you heard about the great C sharp minor crusade? Same chords. Down to B. Back down to A. We ran into millions, but nobody got paid. Yeah, we raised 4 corners of the globe for the Holy Grail. Again, that pattern 3 times, that 2-bar pattern 3 times, and then on the last one, you move into that. But this time you do that twice. And then we move into the third verse. All the locals scattered, they were hiding in the snow. Exactly the same way, done the same way. At the end of that third verse, you go into another chorus, doing that exactly the same way, but this time with the chorus, we don't repeat that second 2-bar phrase, so you just go and straight into the bridge. Now the bridge is nice, pull it back a little bit. Oh, it's an E. I like to go up here onto the 7th fret where I do a kind of an E power chord, but you can also still, with those top 2 strings open, play this E the way you play the B down here. Oh, I've been. Now the next chord is a D, so you can just drop that down 2 frets. What I hear on the recording is those notes staying there and the bass going down to a D, so you can play that, you can do that, you can do that. It really moves from an E to a D, and that's the essence of it. Play it whichever way you like. Oh, I've been searching for an easy way, C sharp minor, to escape the cold light. And that A comes on an offbeat, but you can hear it. Light of day. Again, I've been high and I've been low, but I got nowhere else to go. Trumpet comes in. So it does that pattern a total of 4 times. And then we're back into the intro riff, which differs slightly this time when they play it. It's and then they double it again. Then we're into that pre-chorus again, or the first part of the chorus, I should say. I followed orders, God knows where I've been, but I woke up alone, all my wounds were clean. I'm still here, I'm still a fool for the, back to the 4-chord pattern, Holy Grail. And that 4-chord pattern just repeats all the way to the fade out. I'm a fool for the Holy Grail. And that's all there is to it. Brilliant song, great song. It's good if you kind of thrash it out, especially if you're using those open strings in the higher chords. Let me know how you go. If you want to hear another Hunters and Collectors song, I'm all ears. Thanks for watching. We'll see you here again next time.